G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping straight into Go Battle League, and as you can see I'm currently an ace trainer at 2439. So if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below, and we can help this channel grow. So like I said, currently ace trainer, wanting to push up into veteran, so hopefully I'll be able to do that at some point. And as you can tell probably from the video name, that we're in the Great League. So let's jump in. So we've got the Great League and Great League Remix. And I'm actually just going to jump straight into the Great League without worrying about the Remix Cup. And so the team I'm running is Diggersby with Mudshot, Fire Punch and Earthquake. I'm running Skarmory with Air Slash, Sky Attack and Brave Bird, and I'm running Galvantula with Volt Switch, Lunge and Discharge. Now I will link to my previous battles in the Great League for Season 7, so you can see some of those as well. I have used this team quite a lot, and it's really good. There's one team that it struggles a lot against, and that's Bastiodon and Alolan, the Stunfisk in the back, so Galarian, Stunfisk and Bastiodon in the back, followed by whatever it is in the lead, but let's hope we don't run into that. So we'll jump into these matches, and Raichu on the lead, so interesting first up lead, so going to be very favourable for me. And they jump into Shiftry, and I'm going to swap into my Skarmory. Now it takes 3 for a Leaf Blade, 4 for a foul play, so you got to be watching those. So it does rip off those charge moves really quickly. They're going to shield that up because obviously Shiftry is insanely weak, so going to need to shield that up, or else it would have taken it out. So I'm going to let this first one go, and it's the foul play. So look how much damage that foul play does. So that's not ideal. Now they probably a bit of lag there, and then they get to their charge move. I'm assuming that was just lag. I'm going to shield this up and hope another foul play comes through, but they bait me with the Leaf Blade, and that's absolutely insane, because they're going to be able to get to another charge move. So gonna let this go. I'm imagining this is going to be a foul play, and it is going to be enough to take me out. So not ideal, but I mean it is what it is. So really good bait on their part, and let's see what they want to do here. So I'm going to come in with my Diggersby, and as you can see there, I was trying to swap out, but got a little bit of lag, so I couldn't catch. And I imagine this is going to be a Leaf Blade, going to do a huge amount of damage. So Leaf Blade comes through, and I say huge amounts of damage, doesn't actually do that much damage. And then there you go. So it registered my swap out, and out comes a Swampert. So really interesting one here. So Swampert, obviously this is going to do no damage from the electric type moves because of the ground typing of Swampert, but that lunge just does absolute masses of damage, so that's absolutely outstanding for me. Gonna have to shield this Hydro Cannon up. It will do a whole lot of damage because I have my lunge prepped. So this second lunge coming through, and we'll see if they want to shield this up. Yep, so there's their shield, and we did CMP tie. So that's absolutely perfect for me. Now this Hydro Cannon shouldn't be quite doing enough to KO. Yeah, so not even close to enough to KO. And they may have to throw another one if they don't want me to take them out. And they get greedy. So I'm just going to take them out. So obviously I now need to swap into my Diggersby to counter their Alolan, their Raichu. Going to be able to throw the Earthquake. Got energy stored up on this, and let's see how much damage that does. That one-shots it, and I didn't actually realise they had a little bit of life left on the Shiftry there, so good game to the opponent. So I wasn't actually paying attention. I didn't actually realise they had life left on that, so had they sack swapped into the Shiftry, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So thankfully they didn't manage to sack swap, and I was able to take that game. So be careful. Watch the watch the enemy, watch the opposing situation. So Bastiodon on the lead. So this one's actually okay. And out comes a Viper, and I'm actually going to store up a little bit of energy, and then jump into my Skarmory here, and Skarmory is going to be able to tank whatever moves it throws at me. So it throws the Leaf Tornado, and I got the debuff. So that's so debuff, attack harshly reduced, which is really not ideal for me, but I mean, gonna have to live with it. So another Leaf Tornado coming through, no debuff that time, so very good. I'm just going to keep farming this down. So this one does take a little while, and more so, the only reason it takes a little while is because they got that debuff. Otherwise, this thing would be getting absolutely shredded by the Skarmory. And the reason I'm not throwing a charge move here is because I don't actually want any life left. I want as little farm as possible, because as soon as I take out this Viper, they're going to bring in the Bastiodon and be able to, well, and farm me down. So going to, again, let this go. Hopefully, well, there you go. It's a Frenzy Plant, so it's going to do a little bit more damage, but because, yeah, Skarmory just double resists grass, it's going to do the job. So out comes Bastiodon. Going to throw the Sky Attack here. I will not be getting a shield, which is absolutely fine. And then let's see, going to be throwing another one. So I actually had enough energy there for the Brave Bird, so definitely should have thrown the Brave Bird for the second one, but I mean, that's fine, it is what it is, and then that's going to take me out. So I just wanted to do a little bit of extra chip damage, and as you can see, with that attack debuff, that chip damage is really bad. So out comes the Toxicroak, and here what I've just got to remember is I don't need shields for the Bastiodon. I just need the to take it out, and then my Diggersby will be able to handle it. So we'll see what they want to do. So I'm going to shield this up. It is going to be a Mud Bomb, because Mud Bomb is going to be super effective. So yeah, 100% you're going to be throwing that, and it's cheaper for the thing to for Diggersby for Toxicroak to use. So another one coming through, and then we'll see what they want to do here. So I'm going to throw my next lunge, and do they want to shield this up, or are they going to let it go? So they're going to let that go, which is fine. Let's see here. So now, if I can get to another lunge, this is just absolutely outstanding for me. And if they don't throw, yeah, so there you go, able to get to another one. So I'll throw this lunge straight away, so debuff their attack, and then swap into the Diggersby and start throwing earthquakes. So there's no reason to bait here. You want to just throw straight into the earthquake, and unfortunately they got to their charge move first, and it should be a flamethrower at this point. Yeah, so flamethrower is going to do a little bit more damage than Stone Edge, but I'm just going to throw straight into the earthquake here. I suspect they won't actually shield, because their only real win condition is if I bait here and they call it. So not going to shield that up, and yeah, throw straight into the earthquake and get the job done. So double earthquake was the play there. Even if they shielded that first one up, it was going to be a good game. So happy with that game. Always love to beat the Bastiodon teams. I don't know why. I used to use one as a grass hole. I gave that a try. But I really don't like losing to Bastiodon. So we'll jump into this next one, and another Bastiodon lead. So we'll see what they swap into. So lots of people swap into Pelipper here, and we'll see what they want to do. So they swap into... So they swap into the Swampert. So that's really not necessarily ideal for me. And it's a Shadow Swampert. So Hydro Cannon is going to do extra damage there. Yeah, so that is brutal. And I may have to commit some shields here. So it'll be interesting to see if they want to shield this up or not. I suspect they will, yeah. So they've shielded that up. And we'll see what they want to do. So I'm going to mirror shields here. I have to do it because otherwise I don't really have anything that's going to be able to handle this thing. So we'll see what they want to do. So going to hopefully get to... Oh, wow. Swampert just puts out so much damage, so those fast moves just come through really fast. I'm going to have to shield that up as well, and we'll see if they want to shield up as well. So going to be able to at least get to this Sky attack. And if they decide to shield up, I'm in a lot of trouble. Oof, so they've decided to shield up, so I am possibly in a lot of trouble. But they store energy and then swap out. So that has given me a win condition here. So going to throw the Earthquake here. So over farm as much as possible because I need to put some hurt on the Skarmory, on the, oh, and they come out, wow, okay, so with the Chestnut, so going to throw the Fire Punch here, and that's going to do a lot of chip damage here. Still, my switch clock is not up, which is unfortunate, and they get to the charge move just before me. Let's hope it doesn't take me out. Actually, do we want that? So there we go. So it is able to superpower me, which does a whole lot of damage there. I'm going to throw this Fire Punch, and that should now be enough. No, not quite enough to take them out. So we've got a little bit of a CMP tie here, a little bit of CMP tie, a little bit of a lag spike there, and so I'm actually going to come in with my Galvantula here, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't take me out with this Hydro Cannon. I reckon it will do a lot of damage. There you go, it does do a lot of damage, but am I able to get to another charge move? I'm not able to get to another charge move, but they are now out of energy. So can I farm down with my Skarmory? Yes, I can. Gets me to a Sky attack, and I'm going to be able to throw the Sky attack on the Chestnut. So really good game there for me. Had they just stayed in with their, well, had have just thrown their Hydro Cannon with the Swampert at the start, that was GG's. So them switching out, trying to get fancy, yeah, cost them the game. So really close game, and to be honest, I think my opponent lost that more than I won that. Shadow Skarmory there, Shadow Swampert there was, yeah, really not what I wanted to see as the safe swap, because it was, in this instance, very, very safe. Normally that is a, well, I mean, every time you safe swap into a Shadow Swampert is a massive risk, because someone has a grass in the back, they're going to absolutely rip that thing apart. So good for them that I didn't have a grass, but bad for them that I was able to take that match. So for this one, I'm going to swap straight into the Skarmory here and hope that they swap out and I can match that up against my Galvantula in the back. So they come out with a Stunfisk here, and I'm going to over farm just a little bit, let obviously all these charge moves go through. They're also not going to be shielding anything up, so I'm going to charge to the double Sky attack, and let's start putting some damage in. So the reason, yeah, I want to have lots of farm, so basically once this Galarian Stunfisk takes out my Skarmory, they are going to, I'm going to come back in with my Diggersby and look to farm down. So going to throw the Brave Bird now, and obviously as you can see that does a lot of damage, and again going to let their Rock Slide go through because I don't want to, I can't win this matchup. So expecting another one to come through. Yep, so straight through with the other one, so a little bit of extra farm, but again they don't want to have to shield up, so they're going to take me out here with the Rock Slide, which is absolutely perfect. Going to let my countdown clock go a little bit, but we are, switch clock is up now anyway, but let's jump in with this Diggersby and start farming. So I do expect them to get an Earthquake off here. We'll see what they want to do. So not throwing yet. Like I said, expect this to be an Earthquake, but to be honest, I don't care. I'm going to let that go because I want to save my shields for my Galvantula. That is going to be my win condition. So again, just going to risk it. If this is an earthquake, it's going to go close to taking me out, which is going to be real disappointing, but it is just the rock slide, so it doesn't do too much damage, and I'm going to be able to farm them all the way down and have a lot of energy. Expect that Pelipper to come back out, so I'm just going to swap straight into my Galvantula, and as you can see, that does a lot of damage. So going to shield this one up. Again, this is too fast to be the Hurricane, and it will just be the Weather Ball. There it is. Shield that up, and let's see what they want to do. Out comes the Meganium. So Galvantula with shields is going to be the play. Let's see what they want to do here. So first shield coming through, and gets the debuff there. So that's absolutely perfect. They're going to come through, and I'm going to let this go because I expect it to be a Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant comes through, and it is a Frenzy Plant, but it does do a lot of damage, and the reason I wanted to let that Frenzy Plant go is because then they can't Earthquake me safely with the second one. So risk it for the win, but because they didn't shield that first one, they can't just Earthquake and win the game. They have to throw the Frenzy Plant here. So for this one, going to overfarm by 1 and then throw the lunge here, and let's see how much damage it does. I'm really hoping that it does enough to take it out, which it does. Pelipper comes through, and can I get there before they get to the Weather Ball? I'm able to do it. And that's going to give me a good game because discharge onto Pelipper absolutely destroys it, and I'm able to take that game with just 1 HP left on my Galvantula and a lot of energy and a reasonable amount of health left on the Diggersby, but Diggersby's absolutely useless against Pelipper. So it was all on the Galvantula there to get that win. So happy days. Able to take that game. So we'll jump into this next one and see what we get. Hopefully something nice on the lead. So Shadow Hypno. So this is an interesting one. So normally Shadow Hypno is running Thunder Punch and Fire Punch, and it will take 4 to get there. So they swap into their own Skarmory, and here what I should have done is thrown a Fire Punch and then mirrored with my own Skarmory, but I mean it is fine. Let's see what we want to do. So Sky Attack comes through, and I let that one go, and that is possibly a mistake. So what is going to be able to happen now is they're going to, and throwing this discharge is also a mistake. You should throw the lunge, because what they're going to do is shield this up, and then they're going to win switchback. So that is really not ideal, and I can't get to another one. So now what to do. So I know that obviously they've got Shadow Hypno, and so I'm going to come in with my Skarmory here and soak some of this damage because I don't want to see the Shadow Hypno. If they're swapping out of Shadow Hypno into Skarmory, they've probably got something weaker to, well, hopefully they've got something weaker to Diggersby in the back, but possibly what they're doing is swapping out their number 2 counter for Diggersby, so we're going to have to see what we've got. So going to let these charge moves go, because when the Hypno comes back out, it's going to look to throw those Thunder Punches and going to cause a whole lot of hurt on this thing. So going to let this one go. Well, I say let this one go. Throw that move and then farm down. They've got a shield, and out comes the Hypno. So I'm going to just throw the Sky Attack. Because it's Shadow, I'm expecting it to shield this up. And let's hope that it does. So no shield there, which is not ideal. And what I want to do is try and catch a Thunder Punch on my Diggersby, but not quite able to do it, and they swap into a Shadow Machamp. So, and they've decided to shield that straight up. That's fine. I'm just going to go straight into the next Earthquake. I'm obviously going to have to shield this up. A Cross Chop is going to KO me from this range from a Shadow Machamp, and if I can get to my Earthquake before they are able to get to another charge move, which I am, I'm in a really good position. This should be taking out the Shadow, yeah, so Machamp, which it does, and then I'm going to have to look to get to another Earthquake before they're able to get to back-to-back charge moves. The question is, do I shield here? And I'm going to do it, and it's a Thunder Punch. So really interesting there. And can they get to another one before I'm able to get there? They can. And the question is, what move is this going to be? It's another Thunder Punch, which isn't enough to take me out, and because Confusion is such a slow move, I get to my Earthquake, and I'm going to be able to throw the Earthquake and take this out. So I'm assuming they're running Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball, because otherwise you'd be throwing the Fire Punches. It's 4 for a Thunder Punch, I think, 4 and 4 for all the punches, and then if they're running Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball, obviously the Shadow Ball is going to be super resisted on the normal typing of Diggersby, and I'm able to go 5 and 0 in that set at 24.39. So really, really happy with that. Got lucky in that a couple of those games, and a couple of those games were really, really close. So that last game was so very close, but thankfully was able to get the wins. And as my reward, Landorus at 22.13. So I'm not sure if that's actually any good. So I'm going to throw the Silver Pineapple and see if I can actually get a few extra candy for it. But if you're looking to improve your excellent throws, I do have a video on that, so I'll link to that now and you can check that out. But basically what you want to do, as you saw me there, setting my circle size. So you set your circle size by spinning the ball, scrolling all the way to the bottom, and then not touching it again until they attack. So wait for it to be in the middle of the screen, wait for the attack like that, throw the ball during the attack animation. So you finish throwing before the attack animation finishes, and then throw so the ball hits just after the attack animation finishes. So this isn't as, and there you go, managed to catch it. This isn't as important for raid reward, for research rewards, or for PvP rewards, but for raid or for rocket stops it is, because you want to get, you've got limited balls, so you want to get as many in the ball as possible, and manage to catch that Landorus. So if you want to improve those excellent throws, I'll link to it and you can check that out. But 24.39, let's claim our rank reward and see what we get. So 24.39 to 25.10, and there it is. I made it to Veteran. Happy days. Really, really good, and 25.10, and now I'm going to need to start pushing up into the next rank, which is, I think, is it 27.50? 27, yeah, I think it's 27.50 for the next one. So we'll have to push for that and see if we can get that this season. Hopefully we can, but for now, that is it. Like I said at the start, if you like the content and not a subscriber currently, hit that subscribe button down below, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.